Hey there guys, what's going on? Welcome to another FIFA 20 Ultimate Team video, and today we're going to be checking out some of the new skill moves that EA have added to the game. And credit goes out to Kazooie. He's done a fantastic job of putting these all together. If you are wanting to learn them and keep up to date with other like FIFA skills and all of that coming to the game, then check out his channel page, link in the description. He did say that he's going to be a little bit more consistent for FIFA 20, and I've always been a fan of the way he produces content, edits himself, just really good quality. So check him out, and I want to give you guys like my reactions to some of these skills and if they're going to be overpowered for the game. So please do leave a like. If you're needing game codes or anything game related, link in the description, g2a.com. And if you're wanting to keep up to date with football news around the world and be club specific, download the app OneFootball. And let's get into it. So like I said, if you are looking to pull off any of these skill moves today, then I recommend checking out Kazooie's channel. He does a really good job of explaining things. You got the controller on the screen, so easy to follow. So if you are wanting that extra edge when early access drops or like the official full release, then you're going to want to learn a few of these. Now, first one we're taking a look at is setup touch. 1-star skill move, so that means every single player on the pitch, even the goalkeeper, can pull this one off. And when I first checked it out, it could be a lot more overpowered than I believe it is, but it's one of those that in the middle of the pitch, just to create half a yard, let's say you've got your opponent directly in front of you blocking any sort of pass, you shift to the left, you find that through ball over the top, or use it to be as effective as you can. It's one of those, I would say, that it's been added just to create that extra edge of unpredictability and flair. Just something that in the meantime, like you're not so sure what you're doing in the attack, you drop that, it might create some angles and open up the play. So I like it. It's something that's going to be very easy to pull off as well. Would it be recommended to use in front of goal to create chances? Maybe not so much. Doesn't really seem that quick to pull off, and there are some skill moves in this lineup that are very, very good. So yeah, it looks okay. So what do we have here? Is that a body feint? Now I do like my body feints, and on FIFA 19 I used a variation of this. You had to include like the ball roll, and then you threw yourself to the left or right. And this one is called feint and exit, and you're only needing 3-star skill moves, which is really useful because the majority of the players on this game have, well, 3-star if you're in the midfield, or you're picking up like a relatively good player. Let's be real. So this one, from what I can see, Kazooie has made a good job of chaining it very, very well and finishing it off. Now I think that this one is going to be my go-to. I just like skill moves that you can find like a real exit and it throws you out of the skill. So when you pick a direction, left or right, then you're committing, and if your opponent has been a little bit too aggressive, close you down, and hasn't read the play, you're going to be able to get rewarded for the timing of the skill. And again, like looking at the FIFA 20 gameplay, everything has been slowed down, even the skill move animations, but it's one of those that if you do time it right, you're going to be rewarded. And I like that. I really do. It's not so much just like spamming skills over and over again. It's trying to pick the right skill at the right moment in time. I like it. What do we have here? It is a drag back sombrero, which is a 5-star skill. As you can see, Neymar pulling it off. I like this because a sombrero flick, you were a little bit restricted on FIFA 19. You could only go like backwards. So if you're backwards facing goal, then it would be pretty dangerous because you would just flick it over your head, and then with the FIFA 19 mechanic, you know what was coming next. Now with Neymar pulling this off, or Bernardo Silva, or interesting, Bernardo Silva can pull it off. So does that mean he's going to have 5-star skills? I think it was Bernardo Silva anyway. So this flick, is it going to be that useful? Maybe against aggressive defenders like myself, like closing down the play, not really predicting what your opponent is about to do. It's going to catch you off guard. So one of those skills that I'd use in moderation, and then it's going to be really effective. Otherwise, if you're just someone that's going to be spamming it over and over again, your opponent is going to catch on to the idea and it's just not going to be useful. But I like it though. It's really, really slick, and it could be like fantastic to set up those montage goals, or just give you that extra edge in the box. So coming up next, we do have the drag to drag, which is a 4-star skill move. And when I saw this, I instantly thought, use it on the wings. It's one of those skills that you've taken 2 to 3 touches if you've picked an exit and you're keeping the ball moving. There is a way that you can like turn sharp and stop it dead, but that's a different story. That's down to you. What I want to use it for is to get into the wings, make it look like I'm going to play it back to, let's say, my right back or play it in field, but pick an exit, get down the line. Players like Sancho and Mbappe with the high acceleration is going to be really useful. And Kazooie does a great job of showing it being used in the wings, inside the box, and I think it's going to be a really important skill for FIFA 20, because I'd had a video up titled FIFA 20 My Thoughts on the gameplay, and I was suggesting that what are we going to have at our disposal that's going to help us break down this Ultra D part of the bus. And with these sharp skill moves, I think that's going to be the answer. So I would say that it's going to be helpful inside the box, around the box, build up plays everywhere on the pitch. Looks sick. Ronaldo shot returns, I guess so. Well, it's not so much coming back to the game because it's already been there, but this one is another variation of the heel chop. So not only are you doing a heel chop, but you're picking an exit and it has a super sharp turn. Back in the day, like FIFA 10, 11, the Ronaldo chop was so explosive. You would just cut on like the inside and it would set up for a finesse, and as finishing back then was so overpowered, it was just used and abused for so many years. Now if you try and do it on FIFA 19, it just doesn't have that same feel. It's not explosive, and this looks amazing. It isn't pulled off like that fast, but then it's the exit of the turn. Like, you've completely changed the direction of the ball, and if you are looking to break down those that are playing a little bit more defensive, or even use it in the midfield, everything in moderation. If you start spamming things, people will understand what you're doing, but with something like this, looking to go down the line, hit the chop, and then come back, it's really, really useful. And I think it's going to be one of those that I will add to my game as well. So this isn't really a skill move, but it is a fancy pass or fancy shot that they're going to be adding to FIFA 20. I think that this has been brought into the game for Volta, but it's made its way to like main Ultimate Team or just across the whole game. And I like this if you don't spam it. It's one of those that it really is authentic to build up play and finding that killer fancy flick at the end. Let's take Olivier Giroud's game style, for example. Like you'll have maybe 4 to 5 consecutive passes, and the last one that he pulls off to his teammate, it might be a really nice flick. Similar to like Arsenal, like the traditional Arsenal build-up goals. That's what I like to play for. And I think with all of this stuff, you're going to be able to score some sick goals. Now, this one looks overpowered. Lateral heel to heel. God damn. Now, even Ronaldo, you're about to see, is pulling this off really, really fast. Now, one thing I like about it is that you're running, let's say, diagonally right, and then you've pulled this skill move off and you've quickly just like shifted the ball underneath you over to the opposite side. So let's say you've got a left-footed player, you would obviously start over like running towards the right like I explained, and then cut to the left, and then you've got that shooting opportunity. It really is opening up the play so fast. Now, how overpowered is it going to be? That is to be determined, but it's one of those that I'm going to be learning my #1 skill move. Looks so effective all over the place in the midfield. It's something that if you were to spam this, it's going to be really, really helpful. It just depends on the error. If you spam it, but then use the LB/RB to do the straight dribbling, maybe you're going to be able to reset it a little bit better. But my good God, does this look good. All areas of the pitch, like so fast, man. And if you are coming up against an aggressive defender that is overcommitting, sliding in, this is going to kill them. So make sure to learn it. Definitely one of the most overpowered ones that I've seen. And the last one we'll take a look at today is called the Flare Roulette. You're needing 4-star to pull it off. And I swear there was a variation of this on FIFA 19. Was it not like you would step on the ball and then you would pick an exit? So basically you would be going like 90 degrees. You'd start forward and then either pick left or right. Now this one looks amazing for so many reasons. Like, you're not only looking unpredictable with the movement, but you're keeping the ball relatively straight to where you are running. So let's say you're on the edge of the box and you pull it off. You've already got that angle to shoot straight away. That's why I like this so much. And it does look pretty quick as well to perform. And again, unpredictable. You're just popping, you're dropping past players. It looks really, really good. In fact, like, it looks like you're about to turn and pass it off, but you've done like a 360. Well, you have. You've pretty much, well, you've done a 180 because you're doing a roulette. But I like that. You don't know where you're going. That looks really nice. But boys, hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. A massive shout out once again to Kazooie. If you're wanting to learn all of these, check out his channel page. Just take the name that you like the look of and go and watch his videos. But thank you boys for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Team out. Peace.